Hello, welcome to the 52nd and final episode of the Chicken Chess Club podcast. My name is Jan Gustafsson, reporting from a hotel room in Bucharest. And I'm delighted to be joined by Laurent Fressinet. I'm not sure if he's at home because he's sitting in front of a black screen, not a green screen, but he's always at home. So, Laurent, what's with the screen change?
Yeah, I just took off the green screen, but it will come back. Don't worry.
Okay.
I was on holidays last week, actually, in the south of France. I was hoping you would make some about my skin, which is a bit.
Oh yeah, you look. You have a lovely brown complexion. You look very rested.
Thank you.
Do you go to Dax?
Yeah, I went very close to Dax. Yeah, actually, nice. And so that was nice. And life is. I don't know if you ask about life, but life is fine. No. How is your life? Well, I mean, like you are in Bucharest, so you are helping as I don't know, the Dutch number one, Anish Giri.
Yeah,
and it's going as expected so far. So a bunch of those, many blacks. Bad luck at the drawing of lots, but So how is it going?
Business as usual. All good. I'm here at the Grand Chess Tour. Everybody except Magnus is here. It's interesting. You have Ding, you have Nepomniachtchi, Rapport is here. I can observe people in the breakfast room, the lunch room, the dinner room. So having a first row seat to the action. Other than that, business as usual. Preparing some stuff, going for some walks with Anish. Can't complain too much. In the Grand Hotel Bucharest, with a lovely overview over the city.
So how is it going? Ding and Richie are hanging out together all the time, or how does that work?
No, Richie lives here. He's Romanian now, so he's not in the hotel. He's staying at home. Ding is with his mom. Nepomniachtchi brought a friend who's not a chess player. He's probably sick of talking about chess, so he just brought a guy who doesn't know any chess. It's a bit like when Magnus takes Peter to a tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Or when Svidler takes Doji in his tournament.
Exactly. Yeah. We can say that because Peter was on this call, but he randomly left, and that was just some weird green screen. Feels like it's a reverse fetus segment he's doing on
it. How does that make you feel?
I have many talking points about Bucharest, but we need to wait for Peter to be back. So maybe let's start with another tournament, with the TP. Is that what's called? The Tepe Sigeman tournament.
Sigeman, yeah.
Where another friend of ours, Mr. Peter Svidler, is in the lead together with the youngest grandmaster ever, whatever, Mishra. Very surprising result after 5 rounds.
Peter is maximizing his chances, which he didn't. I was not really used to it for the last few years, but in this tournament, he's taking his chances. He's playing very well, and this is a good old Peter who is back at least for a tournament. Let's see if he wins it. That would be very nice because he's leading with Mishra, but there is very strong players like Gukesh, Egazi, Jordan van Foreest. I mean, this is all very close to top players. Not yet top players for Egazi and Gukesh, but very, very close. So this is
you're not even naming Keimer and Gelfand. I knew you weren't going to name Niels because you can't stand Niels. That we know. But that you're not listing Keimer and Gelfand, that's just hate.
Yeah, so Keimer and Gelfand, that's true. Bo is having a hard time, actually.
Yeah. Bo is very principled, playing the main lines in the Catalan, in the Sveshnikov, but having a rough time against these kids. Father Time is undefeated. Speaking of Father Time, Peter Heine Nielsen is back to join us, sitting in front of a green screen in, where's that, Vilnius? Where you at?
That is Vilnius, indeed, yeah. So, no, sorry for the interruption, but my kid was just back for school, so I had to let him in. I thought that was reasonable enough. So.
Yeah.
You don't give a key to your kid?
No, not like this, no.
Okay.
Well, no. maybe you'll give me parental advice, but actually no. I mean, it's that's not the rules around here, I think. So
Okay.
that's what I did. But else all good. I mean, we started talking about Gelfand. I feel a bit pity for him. Maybe also it's the sense that this principal style. I mean, some said it about Larsen also, that it helps very much on the upturn, but on the downfall, it accelerates to some extent, right? And
the problem he has is people are both scared of his preparation, and they feel like they can take him into shady territory and probably beat him there. But they're also very motivated to take him into shaky territory because he's well prepared in the main lines. So he's hurting himself by being well prepared. And then guys like Svidler, they play this knight f6, d6, bishop f5, and just win games. I don't like seeing it. I like seeing Boris do well. But what can you do?
Yeah, and also he's going for. I mean, the first game he played the Agazi and he went for this
bishop b5. Come on, bring the bishop back to g2.
Yeah, exactly. Bishop g2. I mean, it's very, very safe. But he went for the most, maybe the best. Actually, I don't know. I didn't check enough to decide if it's the best or not. But actually,
it's too risky.
Yeah, it's too risky. It looks good.
Go back.
Yeah, no, it's what I thought. It was good, but it's very risky. So he should
prep, I assume, right?
Agazi is much younger, so so I would assume I would take, without thinking, I would play bishop g2. You would do the same, Jan, and that would
I would think no play bishop g2.
Yeah, but that would be a better practical choice in my opinion. For
Boris has never been quote unquote practical. He tries to play the best moves, put maximum pressure, and of course it's a great approach when it works as well. But he only plays a Catalan. He sticks to his guns. So these kids, they're trying to do bad things to him, and so far it's working.
Yeah,
things aren't working for my guy Vincent Keimer. Had a rough tournament, had a winning position against Mishra, which he lost with white, and in general also looks a bit shaky. Was worse against Svidler yesterday as well. Lost another game to Gukesh.
Yeah, he's on my
tough days for Vinny K fans.
So it's a poor tournament for Vincent. Jordan started very poorly with two losses, but then he came back, and now he's on 50% after 5 games. But overall, very impressed by Gukesh as usual, but he lost that game to Agazi. So I thought the first couple of games from Gukesh were very, very excellent. So
is there some Indian kids' power dynamics that Gukesh beats Pragnanda but loses to Erigaisi? I haven't done any research. Just feels like it.
You have to wing it, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. I didn't make any research. Yeah, but I mean, I think still Gukesh is my top. My top.
Gukesh is our boy. This is a Gukesh fan podcast here.
Yeah, he's the best to me. But I was a bit surprised.
He's also still 16. I did the math. Gukesh has been 16 for 4.5 years now, but he will soon turn 17.
Okay, good.
May 25th, I think.
Okay.
I looked it up. I forgot, of course, but I looked it up like yesterday because I couldn't believe how long he's been 16. But it's been 4.5 years. Well, sorry, I interrupted you with nonsense as usual.
No, it's a good tradition. It's nice to follow this tournament who was not there during the pandemic, and now it came back. Of course, it's very short, only 7 games, but it's a very nice tradition.
Who would you say are the most prestigious winners in the past of the Sigeman tournament? Any names that come to mind?
No, but Karpov. Karpov, I think, won it. I'm not sure, actually. Peter, you would... No, we won it with Peter. For me, I can speak for myself. It was not the strongest year, the strongest event. Let's face it. It was 2014.
So humble.
I was top rated. I was a top seed in the tournament, and I won it. It was only 5 games, only 6 players. So that was still pleasant, of course, but not as good, not even close to being as good as this year. And I like the field, actually. You have these old guys. Sorry, Peter, but you are Svidler. You are one of the old guys with Boris, and you have the local guy Niels, our friend Niels.
Greetings.
Youngster.
Niels doing well, by the way, we should mention. Very tight, +1. +1 is better than 50%, according to Niels, so he won't be unhappy.
No, I agree that it's a cool field, and also basically they are sort of, I will insult Svidler by saying it, but they're basically skipping sort of the middle generation, right? It's either, rather old players who can almost play senior chess, and then youngsters in a way, and that strikes me as a...
Yeah, there's no one like Laurent who's right in the middle.
Exactly.
I think
no one is at the peak of their careers, right?
Exactly. That's what I meant.
No, but there's Niels. No?
Maybe it too, but you can also...
He's local.
Local, yeah. So.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone is born in the 80s, actually. So that makes... I think you're right.
Niels is born in the 80s.
No, I think he's born in the... It's always... yes, you're right.
When's he going to be born?
He's born in 88. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
that's technically in the 80s.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's a nice tournament. I really played it a lot. I was about to say in my youth, but probably rather in my peak years, which is quite a while back. But it's a very traditional tournament, and as Laurent says, that they somehow managed to keep going. If it wasn't because of the chess boom in Norway, it would actually be an incredibly strong tournament for Scandinavian standards. But now, of course, Norway.
It's in Sweden, right? Malmö?
Malmö is in Sweden, yes. It's close to the border in to Denmark. But actually,
is there a bridge connecting it to Copenhagen?
Yeah, there's even this nice series about it, right? What's it called?
Why not make a TV show?
Born,
covering that topic a bit.
Exactly. Well, someone get killed in the middle of the bridge, and then there's all kind of implications. Anyway, no spoilers, I guess. But the rumor is we have someone available who actually went to the place.
Before we bring that someone in, do you think it's insulting that they don't invite former winners like you, who've done so much for Scandinavian chess, but instead some random guy from the internet?
I genuinely think so.
The question is for me, Peter.
As far as I understood, you said who has
I meant Laurent.
So much to Scandinavian chess, but you didn't mention good or bad, and I think that's perhaps the key point here, right? So
I only did good. Come on. Did Magnus won all his matches? Is Magnus still number one on the rating list?
Does Magnus still feel like playing chess?
Yeah.
Does Magnus has any ideas left in the opening while I'm playing Bundesliga?
But as far as I understand, your question is, does it feel a bit odd that they invite someone who is a fictional character who has a reversed horse as a logo instead of a former winner? I think the answer would be yes. But opinion seems to differ, and it's modern times. I mean, he just has more followers and is more popular.
So let's go. Let's send a message
for yourself about the more followers.
I was talking about compared to former winners of the Sigeman tournament.
Okay, touche.
So
okay, Mr. Dodgy, you went there.
Mm-hmm. I did.
What happened?
I learned all the facts. I learned all the facts. The first one is that Niels was born in 1993.
I was right.
He was born in 1993?
Yeah, he's 30. He's only 30.
He's 29.
29. So nobody is born in the 80s. So I was right.
I was.
Wow.
And you corrected me once again, Jan. You're incredible.
Why did you believe me? You said it was 88.
Yeah, because you're German, and this fake reputation about Germans.
Have you ever tried to take a German tram? Like nothing's ever on time.
But you did say 88. Like you did.
Yeah, 88 sounded very, very specific.
Yeah, I don't know because I thought
you sound so confident.
yeah.
No, I mean I'm just. No, I'm confused with Niels because I always told him that but he looks a bit older than he really is. I mean, it's not an insult or anything. I mean, like just a little.
Not a compliment.
I'm laughing because I sat through many dinners where you were rating Niels' looks on a scale of 1 to 10 with Niels present. So don't sugarcoat anything here. Anyway, thank you so much, Mr. Dodgy. Until next time.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's a nice tournament. I had fun. I only went for 3 days, mostly to hang out with Mr. Peter Svidler.
So you inspired him into playing the best chess of his life.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned that he hasn't won a game since I left, but he also hasn't lost one, so
But
still
he
pretty
also
good.
hasn't lost a game when you were there, but he won some then.
No.
Yeah.
No.
But if he
You
can
just-
draw his way to the end, it's probably a decent result.
That's all right.
He didn't lose a single game, Jan. You are just.
But me and Laurent
Making
needs
up
to understand.
things.
Did
No,
you
that's
invite
what I'm
yourself,
saying.
or did they contact you?
How did Mr. Dodgy get invited? Tell us. How does this
Okay,
work?
I guess we're fans of #transparency. So they didn't invite me. I just decided to go.
You just decided to go there. Okay.
Yeah. And then I had to ask if I could make the first move for Peter. So there was
That's
really
just sad.
Yeah.
it was
That's a
awkward,
soft
but I was mildly drunk at the time, and makes
When you made
makes
the
things
first
easier.
move? Oh, no.
I was what, sorry?
When you made the first move, you were slightly drunk.
A little bit, yeah. I had a few drinks. I was on vacation.
I've
So-
been too awkward to ask Ding for a selfie. I think he would say yes. I've never seen him say no to anybody. I can't do
I
it.
think he would say no, yeah.
Didn't your boss ask for
That would
one?
be surprising.
Anish did it, but Anish knows him better. It's less awkward.
He knows
I
him
only
better?
shook his hands when I saw him the first time at breakfast, said congratulations, but I can't do it. Any advice, Mr. Dodgy? How do you lose shame?
I didn't do it at breakfast. That was too far even for me. I tweeted that I'd ask some of the players for selfies at breakfast, but I didn't really. It was a lie. But they were all at breakfast. They all seemed to be eating a lot. I spoke to Nils. He was very happy.
Nils
He's
is
always-
always happy.
Yeah, he's always happy.
Chess is
Just-
always interesting and fun.
Yeah, and breakfast. Yeah, I mean, it's
Breakfast
nice.
also
I've
nice.
actually never seen a chess player so happy before the game.
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
Yeah, after the game as well. Because he thinks anyway it was interesting and so on.
Even if he lost, he learned a valuable lesson. Also, he hasn't
Yeah,
lost.
no,
He's happy.
that's
Topalov
really
is a
very
bit
annoying.
like this. He's also just annoyingly relaxed before the game and doesn't seem to care much, is my impression. But there's very few of these.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone as happy as Nils had black against Arjun Aragaisi, and he looked
But we found
incredibly
ways
pleased.
to
And then
move.
he won as well, so he was correct.
That's suspicious, almost.
We're talking about the Swedish number one, Nils Grandelius, of course, who we know well because we had some training camps and a match camp, or 2 match camps actually with him
Two.
during the Magnus Carlsen.
Well, not
World
only
Championship
camps.
matches.
He was second as well, so you spent time.
That's
for
what I meant.
instance,
Training
in
camps
Thailand.
and
like
match
camp like this,
camps.
okay.
Yeah, but he was there for 2 of the matches. But we found ways to make him unhappy. No, the very first camp I've seen him unhappy.
Right? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What did you do to him?
No,
Wasn't us.
we
Wasn't us.
bought a good friend of him.
Like this. Okay, he got a No, well,
Yeah, we won't say more.
Wow. I always tell him
Yeah.
to make inside jokes and not explain them. Okay.
Yeah, we should.
No.
So, Mr. Dodgy, you went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with Peter Svidler.
Yes,
I haven't seen the movie, but I still have questions. Is the emotional voyage, as we say in France, of Rocket Raccoon as touching as you would imagine the life story of a raccoon being?
It was very touching. I haven't seen the first 2 movies, so I didn't really know what to expect.
I've seen them. If you got any questions, I can fill in.
Nah. I mean, it's superhero stuff, so you can kind of figure it out. It wasn't a very deep plot, but it was good fun. It was at the cinema, the big explosions and stuff, they always look better at the cinema. But it was a bit too long for me. It's 2.5 hours. I don't mind nonsense movies, but they need to be much shorter. If it's going to be nonsense,
why was the
90
tree
minutes.
so violent? I heard the tree, Groot, he was very violent.
Was he?
That's what I've been told. I haven't seen it.
I thought he was.
Laurent, do you know who Groot is?
He's the tree.
You lost me.
He has one line in the entire movie.
I
I'm
think
Groot.
Peter as
One
well,
spoiler.
no? You have any clue about what they're talking about?
The
I mean,
thing
Peter
with
has
such topics is Laurent, it's 100%. He doesn't know what we're talking about. Peter, it could be.
But he's not
More
listening.
likely not, but maybe Magnus forced him to watch some Guardians or whatever. So there's
No,
always a
no.
chance.
I was googling it now. I have no clue, and I also lost interest in your conversation, so I started looking at chess games actually. So no,
Yeah, me too.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
We did have some
That's
discussion about whether we should invite some of the other players because there's a lot of kids at this tournament. Felt like more their kind of movie, but Peter was like, "Nah, I want to watch this in peace."
Wow,
Then he
that's how
brought
much he
you.
likes
Yeah,
you.
okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Just the two of you
Wow.
and Groot. It's very touching.
It was good. But
Jan
it's
does
been-
have a point. I have been forced to watch series due to my job. For instance, Game of Thrones. I got started watching because of that. So it's a reasonable point you made. Just
You
technically
didn't like
wrong.
it? Game of Thrones is quite good, no?
No, I generally started liking it at some point, but generally I had made the idea not to watch it. Then I started watching it at work, and then I thought, okay, why don't I
At
finish
work.
all the 12 seasons while I'm at it, right? So,
Laurent, have you
Because
seen
this
Game
war.
of Thrones?
No. I saw some part of it. I mean, okay, this is a long
Star Wars?
story. Yeah, I saw Star Wars. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
No.
Lord of the Rings I have seen in a bus trip together with
The
Vichy.
Godfather?
Of
I have
course.
seen it 10
All of
times
them.
with Jan. Jan can actually...
Three of them.
When you watch Godfather with Jan, the annoying thing is that he knows the lines so well, he can say them 3 seconds before they appear.
Yeah, I know this kind of people. Yeah, it's very annoying.
You have seen it plus how many times?
I haven't watched it for a while, so I'm not sure I can still do that. But yeah, I had a phase where I watched
Every
Godfather
day.
once in a while.
that sounds
Very
healthy.
good movies.
Yeah, no, of course it's very good. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
that
I know.
I think was the report from Malmö by Mr. Dodgy, who went there, went to the movies, and then went back. Any other drastic happenings, Mr. Dodgy?
It all went pretty smoothly, to be honest. It was interesting seeing Peter crushing, and the kids not so much.
And
But
how about Mishra? How old is he? 14?
he's 14 now,
This is
Was
amazing.
his dad there?
of course. I think he was there with his dad. Vincent was there, I think, with his mother. And
I like parent watch at these tournaments. Papa Gukesh probably there.
Papa Gukesh was there. I think Yarden was there with Sipke Ernst.
Yeah. That's his boy. Yeah.
And maybe that was it. Apparently, Jakob Ogard was there, but I didn't say hello to him. I didn't see him, but
Is he coaching Mishra? I noticed he tweeted, Abi did this and that. You only tweet that if he's a student. You don't call him Abi out of nothing.
it's possible. I only saw a picture of him on the first day, and I didn't see him
Ogor
around.
lives nearby. He's living in Copenhagen now, right? So I thought
That's
it was
not my evidence. My evidence is he called him Abi.
Yeah, I understand. Just Dot, you mentioned like it was something exceptional. Ogor is passing by, but also he's an old friend of Gelfand, for instance. I thought it would be weird if he didn't pass by.
Still called him Abi.
He called him Abi. Yeah, we can. It's circumstantial evidence, but perhaps not conclusive, right?
It's pretty conclusive to me.
Pretty conclusive to you. Fair enough. Yeah, you could be right. It's a good. Okay.
All right. So Malmö, Peter Svidler might win 2 games. Still to go. Let's switch to the tournament where I am at, the Grand Chess Tour in Bucharest, featuring Nepomniachtchi, World Champion Ding. Should name Ding first. I should get used to naming Ding first. World Champion Ding is here. Jan Nepomniachtchi, Fabiano Caruana, Wesley So, Anish Giri, Alireza Firouzja taking a break.
Why
the
did you
fashion
name
game.
Alireza Firouzja? You should be used to start with naming Alireza in the first place.
He's not world champion, and he is half
But
retired.
he's one number 4. Why do you name So and Giri before him?
I'm just reading out the table. He only has 1
Okay.
point.
Fair enough.
But also, what is the sort of norms? You mentioned the world champion first, right? I remember
Yes.
when playing Dortmund, Kramnik would always play in the middle table, no matter how the standings was in the tournament as such, right? I mean,
Yeah,
this is how
his
it works.
living room.
Yeah, but okay. I mean, Magnus is doing the same in World Rapid and Blitz. This is for TV, but
That's for TV.
Still.
German TV was always all over Dortmund.
But I agree. But also, someone was tweeting that even Ding is not used to that when they say the world champion, it's him, right? So it's going to take.
I was going to get to that. I have
I'm
some
sorry,
complaints.
I'm stealing your material.
But let me finish reading out the players. I didn't mention Derz, the local participant, or one of the local participants, because Richard Rapport is now also representing Romania, lives here in Bucharest. I'm being told he lives nearby. He's not even staying in the hotel. So he can't hang out with Ding. And Jan Krzysztof Duda is also here.
And of course, you forgot on purpose. MVL.
Oh, apologies. Maxim Graf playing Anish Giri today. Very true. We have 2 French participants.
Yeah. They are so dominant.
Yeah. So what can I tell you? It's all very contained. Everybody's in the same hotel except for Richie. They're playing in the hotel, eating in the hotel. So it feels very, very chessy vibe here. But you know how it is. People are minding their own business. You see everybody at lunch and dinner, which is also served in the hotel. And they did this thing, which I'm not sure the players like, but you only have like 3 big tables. So you have to sit with other players when you're there.
That's completely unacceptable. You might have to talk to somebody.
What would Magnus do? Would he request his own table?
Yeah. I think he would stay in his room or just leave. He wouldn't get into this situation because he has people to go and test, the waters, right? But I don't see this.
Yeah, no, that's.
I'm not a fan. Do you actually have to eat together with your opponent before the game? It's very awkward, right?
Well, you can choose one of the tables your opponent is not sitting at.
No, at Norway.
And it's not that bad in practice because not everybody is showing up at the exact same time. So normally. Also, some people don't hate having like a little chit chat there. I think it's fine. But yeah, I think organizers or whoever put it together believe this fun. They will make it more mingling. But chess players, of course, when you're sort of rivals, they want to mind their own business more often than not.
That would be my impression. Although, you were hinting that in White you guys were talking to each other. It was only me who isolated myself at breakfast. But
yep.
I generally thought that people tried to. Before the game you're focused. After the game you'll be affected by the result or something like this. There's always a good excuse not to talk to anybody. Is my impression.
There always is.
Yeah.
After the game is always before the game as well.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe the night before the free day makes sense too. Actually,
you can have a little small talk.
Yeah, exactly.
So how is it
nice here? We're next to the Old Town Bucharest. A lot of restaurants, a lot of strip clubs in the Old Town. I haven't been to any, obviously. I just noticed there are a lot. Also, a lot of betting here in Bucharest.
You said batting or betting?
What's the difference?
No, I simply didn't hear it properly.
No, I meant betting, like betting companies, gambling, casinos, advertising, and so on. A lot of buildings seem to be casinos. So I could try to make some money and then throw it around, but I haven't yet. I'm just staying in the hotel, doing my thing.
But it's sponsored by a betting company as well, right?
Yeah, Superbet. Great movie too. Laurent, have you seen the movie Superbet?
I didn't get the joke.
No, the company sponsoring is Superbet.
Yeah, that I know.
BT, and there's a movie called Superbet, which is a classic comedy called Super BAT.
Yeah, 7.6 on IMDb. Not bad. Good.
It's excellent.
So tell us, how is Ding? He looks incredibly tired.
I think he's exhausted. He came here straight from Astana. He hasn't had a chance to go home, stop by, get a little break. He's accompanied by his mom. He made 2 reasonably quick draws in the first 2 games with White, then got under pressure in the 3rd game with Black against Nepomniachtchi, which I guess he's used to, but he mixed up moves in the opening. In a sport where you really shouldn't mix up moves, was more or less lost out of the opening. Then saved the game, prompted Nepomniachtchi to tweet something like, paraphrasing here, "History always repeats itself, first as a tragedy, then as a farce," which is, I think, a Karl Marx quote. Nepomniachtchi deleted it. But back to Ding. My main complaint is Ding is a world champion now. He needs to have more swag. He needs to represent. I'm not sure how. Get a suit, get a gold chain, get a Rolex or something. He's so low key. He's sitting there in casual clothes, eating his breakfast, eating a yogurt, doesn't want to look at anybody, talk to anybody. He's sitting in the second row. Clearly, he's uncomfortable with all this stupid attention, which is fine. But Ding, you're the world champion. We need something. Get an entourage, get a turtle. I don't know. Do something. What do you guys think?
Yeah, he does. I thought he was not going to. I would have been very surprised if you would have told me like he's behaving as a world champion, like Kasparov, making some conditions for everything. But yeah, it's not his style. But I agree that we need. I prefer actually if the world champion is is behaving, as a world champion.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
I
half
like Ding.
kidding, of course,
I like Ding.
and I think people probably like it that Ding is so humble and so low key. And he probably needs some time to get used to his new status. But also, as the world champion of chess, he should make some demands. No, he should show that he's the leader of the game. I don't know. Can we ask that from him, or shall he just be who he is?
I just don't think you can ask whatever you feel like. I don't think you're going to succeed. I mean, that's not
that's fair.
I mean, I like it. No, I understand that maybe for growing the game you need some kind of scandals, but it's also, I mean, well, Ding is so
# grow the game.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean,
# grow the game.
He's so much a chess player, right? He's not. He's not even trying to pretend to be a star. He just seems incapable of it, right? I mean, he probably, would just rather, think of chess or listen to rock music or whatever. He's just an, normal, shy, nerdy guy who's good at chess, and now he's the world champion, right? And
I think he's also good at saying interesting stuff. Actually, like in the interviews here, I always like his thoughts, and he's very, very frank. So I think he can be a good chess ambassador in his own way. He's just so low key when you see him sitting there.
Is there some kind of lost in translation thing that he's not able? Well, English is far from being a natural language for him. That simply he might be a very interesting character, but it doesn't really come out.
It could be that way, or we would give him more crap if English was his first language. For what are you talking about? The game of chess is like a deep ocean. Like, come on, Ding. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree. I think he should make more demands. Like he can ask for whatever he wants now, so he should start to.
Imagine Nepomniachtchi won the match. You think he wouldn't make any demands? Come on,
please. We don't want to. Yeah, that would be.
I have a segment about that, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's why he didn't hire us before the match, during the match, after the match. It's time. We can make demands on your behalf. Ding dong, no worries, no, we won't have any shame.
No,
I'm right here, Ding. I'll request you your private table tomorrow in the dining room.
No, but I mean, match him up with Dottie. I mean, we could help him with chess. He didn't seem to need that, but Dottie could come up with outrageous demands and media stunts.
Yeah, we could have fun together.
That's my impression, right? I mean, well, he's basically a blank page. You can do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. But no, I get the point. I mean, well, a normal world champion would withdraw from this tournament, right? I mean, that would
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry guys, I'm out. But Ding thinks no, I agree to come withdraw. So he hustles here right from Astana. His poor mom hasn't had a break, had to join him here.
No. I mean,
but it was a bit strange for both of them in the very first place to agree. I mean,
it's their job, no? And it's a Grand Chess Tour. You didn't know you were going to win the match, lose the match. And I guess the Grand Chess Tour, they have to play the classical events. So not playing this one means cancelling the whole tour. So it would have been a big cancellation when it's half your classical, half your chess this year. But timing's
so close.
Do you think they traveled together?
No.
Probably not. No, but I would expect that Ding and Rapport did at least.
So what do you expect? What do you expect from Ding? 9 doors or?
No, normally there's some decisive games. No, normally things get out of hand.
I can also suddenly win. I mean, I don't think
you're good at chess.
Yeah. But I mean, I think it will be tough to win games in this tournament. Okay, today might be a good chance actually. He's playing Duda, but yeah, I mean, like he didn't even try. He had a couple of whites at the start, And
Come on,
against
the guy just became world
Maxim.
champion. Let him make
Yeah.
some draws against Fabi
That's-
and whoever he's
Well,
playing.
I really don't want to be critical of Ding, and everyone who knows me know that I'm a huge fan. It's just, well, Wyke, he played, quite suboptimal in this tournament, also seems a bit off, and the World Championship was so-so in a way. But it's just, I guess, he was so focused on this World Championship, now he won it, right? It must be extremely hard for him to care, is my impression.
Yeah.
Still think he cares about not losing at the very least,
Yeah,
as
yeah, of
every
course.
chess player does. He seemed very happy yesterday when he escaped against Nepomniachtchi. But yeah, gotta be exhausting these matches, no? Even Mr. Carlson said, okay, this is too much stress, I'm not doing it. And to play classical chess against the best of the world like 5 days afterwards, you can imagine it's not the
But
first thing in your
Magnus,
mind.
but also for Magnus, there was quite some prestige at stake. Also, well, believe it or not, but he seemed to be stressed about the opening phase. What was Ding? You think Ding suffered from any kind of these things, like expectations or opening problems?
He clearly suffered from opening problems.
Yeah, but I mean, you suffer if you care. He just seemed okay. Well, probably he.
No,
yeah,
I think he cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely
mean,
cared
he
about
tried
the
to do it.
games. The results he cared about. But yeah, I mean, I guess if Magnus spent as much time preparing as Ding, then maybe he would enjoy it a bit more.
Also, I really don't think you get to 2800 and number 2 in the world and world champion level if you don't care about the results.
No, but that's
in
what
the
I feel.
process.
We haven't cracked the secret of Ding. Well, I don't feel him in a way. I don't know if he's incredibly ambitious or I just don't grasp it. He just seems very nice and polite, and that's
No,
very
it's
confusing.
not incredibly ambitious. Come on.
Can be both.
I mean, he said that he
Also-
wanted to quit chess if he would lose a match. So I don't know if it's that. If he would, I'm sure he means it. Then okay, it's always the same. You say you quit chess. I mean, Wang Gao did quit chess for 10 times. So I don't know if Ding would have done it. I'm sure he means it, but yeah, that's clearly a lack.
If he was
of
more
ambition.
if he was more mean, I would say that was a dig at Nepo, but it probably wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think that's how he does it. No, it sounded genuine. Also, I heard he might not have been so happy about the state of chess and chess work in China. But now that he's world champion, of course, yeah, he has some time to adjust and see what he wants to do, where to take it. I'm rooting for him, but I need some swag thing. Gold chain, at least buy a Balenciaga sweater, something.
So nice to do this. I mean,
Let's
but
get
also he
to another very
he
important
looks so
category.
awkward in every photo. Like he doesn't want to be there. Is my impression. I mean, no, I
Yeah.
enjoy it tremendously.
How can you not like attention? Don't we all get into the chess game for that?
Did you ask him for the podcast as you promised?
I
Okay, that's
didn't
a
dare
no.
to ask him for a selfie. I really didn't dare. I shook his hand. I'm not sure if he knows who I am. I shook his hand, said congratulations, but I didn't dare.
That's actually an
course he
interesting
knows.
point. Are we
Come on.
sure he knows who you are?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I think he knows who Jan Gustafsson is because of all my
Yeah,
great
yeah,
martial
yeah.
contributions, but I'm not sure he knows how I look like.
Yeah, of course he knows. Come on.
That's not a given.
No, I wasn't
No,
sure.
I'm not trying to insult you. It's actually just a joke.
Also, I think his reaction would be the same if he knew me or if he didn't know me. I mean, he's going to be polite, but he's not going to be desperate for more
No,
interaction.
he says hello to me. It's not like he comes and hugs me or something like that. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, but you could test it and introduce yourself as someone else.
But actually, yeah.
Then you'll know.
You see, Ducky gets this
You
idea.
think he would care if I told him my name is Laurent Fressinet?
No, but then you would at least know where you stand. Like,
Yeah.
He would say, "No, I know the Mind Games winner 2012, and you're not him."
He's actually lost to Laurent, or maybe they drew. Yeah. So.
Mm.
Okay. This podcast is really.
It's,
Going well?
it's a great podcast as usual. I think Laurent stopped listening to us.
No, it's okay. I come back. I couldn't
No, it's
listen
okay.
for 1 minute, but yeah, I mean, I think it's fine, no? Can you hear me?
Yes.
you
You
missed
just
out on
see-
the one mention of Mind Games 2012.
Oh, no.
It's been at least my third mention today. Let's get to another very important category. Who's joined by the parents? So I mentioned Ding's here with his mother. Wesley is, as usual. Ali Reza, I think both parents, and the brother. The whole crew is here. Maxim seems to be all by himself, which is a pity because Maxim had this blog post about his new coaches. maybe Laurent can tell us. Maxime used to work with Etienne Bacro for a long time, but then he had a long blog post like a couple months ago that he had new trainers. And of course, we were all eager to find out, is it Cornet? Is not Cornet? But
no, I don't think it's a.
no one's
I mean,
here.
to be fair, I'm pretty sure it's not a French guy. I'm not exactly sure of who it is because he always likes these secrets, which I think is ridiculous because now anyone can show anything. So yeah, I don't think it's very useful, but to keep this secret. But yeah, he has a new secret guy who is not a French guy. That's all I know. Who is it? We'll find out. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's by himself, so we won't find out. Fabi, interestingly, with Oparin, and that's the first time I see Fabi with Oparin.
Wow.
I guess it's a Chirilla connection. Chirilla is here working for the Grand Chess Tour, who's joined Fabi to Vike and is Fabi's, friend / second on many events. And I think Oparin is a student at one of these St. Louis schools. I'm no expert there, so maybe Chirilla recommended him. Anyway, Fabi, not with the parents. Dad's, I think, is with the mom and the dad. Duda's with Miton. Who are we forgetting?
Anish.
I think that's the list. Richie is not here, and Jan Nepomniachtchi is with a friend who's not a chess player. He's had enough of chess players.
Yeah,
that's the list.
So how does Nepo look after this? Looks like
fine. Can't say. We're constantly hanging out, but I think he's his usual self. I just see him in the lunch and dinner room every now and then. He's playing well. Won with black against Dertz.
Yeah.
Came close to beating Ding. Probably wasn't thrilled he didn't win that game. But it seems like he's just good at chess now. Well, he's always been good, but might be the clear number 2 in the world. Is that a thing? Or clear? I mean, Ding is world champion.
That's what Kamnik said.
Yeah. Where do we stand?
Can you just declare someone clear number 2 when he's just, lost a world championship match? I mean, clear is a bit strong.
No, I don't think
number
so.
2 in the rating list.
Let's see if he's okay. Now it's very close to the match, so it's normal that he can play. But let him think about the match and how it went and so on. Give him some free time, and we'll see him back. And let's see if he's playing that well. I don't think so.
Probably I agree with Jan that ratings reflect the realities to a certain extent, and it would be unreasonable to mention someone else as Jan as number 2 at the moment, if you only can choose one person, right? I mean,
yeah, I think we've had this conversation with the 2 candidates' wins and world championship match being basically tied, Düsseldorf and so on, and ratings are on the Nepomniachtchi's side. But it's not like it's not up for grabs, and
exactly.
the rating differences are big and so on. So I still hope for one Ding to rule them all.
Yeah, it's just like he doesn't play like a number 2. I mean, in terms of, let's say, when Caruana was a clear number 2, it felt like a different presence. Or maybe I just live in the past. I don't know.
We want him to play. You want 2 candidates in a row. He shared first in Düsseldorf.
I get your point. Maybe, I mean, now I'm just becoming an old bitter guy who sort of thinks that, they really played chess 5 years ago, something like that. I get your point.
But look at the games. I mean, no, I disagree. I mean, like game 12, game 14. I mean, many like world number. I mean, Caruana at his peak, he would win that game. Game 12.
That's world championship match. That's a different level of stress.
Yeah, but still, I mean, like Caruana played much better than both players in 2018. Like, I think in 2018,
he was lost
Caruana
with White in game 12, as far as I recall. Then Magnus offered a draw. Like, I think we're glorifying the past a lot also about that level.
Yeah, but a lot of decisive games and a lot of no, this time was. I mean, the tiebreak was just incredible. Actually, I mean, this is one of the best tiebreak I've ever seen between Ding and Nepo.
Very high level.
But I mean, the classical games, I'm sorry. I mean, like this splitting out the blunders like this for Nepo. I mean, it's not like.
But he can still be number 2. He just has that one glaring weakness. He sometimes blunders, but it's compensated by a lot of the stuff. His raw talent, how much pressure he puts when he plays quickly. He's very well prepared now.
Yeah,
I agree, of course, he has that weakness, but
But
Who's better?
Caruana was, when he was number 2, 2830. That you cannot argue with. So Nepo is not yet 2800.
no, for
So
sure.
he's still 30
Levon, when he
points.
was number 2, was also 28-30, but you can still be number 2.
Sorry?
Levon was
Who-
also 28-30 when he was number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my argument starts becoming, I don't think he's number 2, but he's better than number 3. I mean, you get my
Yeah,
point.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I mean,
he's
it's,
not.
it's
Yeah.
a weird argument. So, I mean, you are right. We are just, I don't know. It's a bit awkward in a way. I mean, if Magnus was out of the equation, would we call him the best player in the world? Maybe we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Whoever
understand
leads the
that.
rating list is a favorite to be the best in the world.
Yeah, no, but it's like, well, playing the candidates. I mean, he would have chances of winning, but it's not like you would say, okay, he's 50% to win the next candidate, right? It's more like you would say it's 25% or 23. I don't know.
He won back-to-back candidates. What else do you want the guy to do? He looked pretty convincing to me as well.
Convincing is a bit strong, but yeah,
Wasn't convincing to score what he scored +5 undefeated.
yeah.
No, he was. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, the first one he was incredibly lucky that they stopped the tournament. I mean, that's we agreed many times. I mean, he was very lucky, but still he won. He won back-to-back candidates. I agree. It's very impressive. Okay, so I would argue that he didn't win many classical tournaments. Okay, you named Dusseldorf. What?
Who did?
Ding.
Ding won many classical tournaments? Name 2.
Yeah. Sinkerfield.
Yes, that's one.
And
Waiting.
In China? Shenyang? I don't know. I know the name.
Shenzhen?
That's a soft.
Shenzhen.
But that's not a real super tournament because Giri also won it, no?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Ding didn't win. That's true. Okay,
Yeah.
I still remember the Sinkerfield Cup, which was very, very impressive.
Yeah, we remember that one. I think of the current crop, probably Maxime won the most tournaments.
Fabi.
Wesley?
Fabi, obviously.
Fabi, of course. Fabi won the most tournament. Come on. He won Vacanze multiple times.
Yeah, of course, Fabi. No. But that's why it's always tough to name anybody, because Magnus and Fabi won most of the tournaments.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, I saw Ding. Yeah, actually, it's true. Ding didn't win.
My question about Nepo is, has he completely peaked? Because
feels like he has room for improvement still.
Like out of, say, all of the top players over the past 5 years or so, like I think he's made the biggest improvement. And
no, that we have to give him a lot of credit for. He was not really seen as a major top player, despite being the same age group of quite this bunch, right? And that he's managed to sort of climb to that level. And that's a considerable jump rather late in the career for this kind of standard, I think. That is very impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could argue it was just with the openings improving a lot, with real work being put in for these candidates tournaments and the World Championship matches. He also said more or less that he didn't really look at opening seriously until he was 26, 27. But yeah, I think he's good at chess.
Yeah, generally. Just, again, it doesn't feel like Caruana, I would say, just to annoy you. But yeah, no, I mean, it's... I get your point. Well, we debated it last time. It's a strange situation at the moment.
Looks like we're...
Next World Championship cycle will be interesting.
I'm happy that Ding won the match. That's it. I will conclude like that. I'm happy for Ding.
We're just killing time. Killing time
is Ali Reza.
Also, I mean, will Ding be the favorite to defend his title? It's not a given at all, right?
And now? Is he a favorite? I mean, like now, right now. Is he a favorite to defend the next, to win the next match?
I think he's a favorite. We say Nepomniachtchi is only 25% to win the candidates. Everybody else is low rated. Ding now has match experience. Of course, he's a favorite.
This match experience, I don't believe in at all.
Yeah, me too. Because
I don't think there's any stats backing up that max experience helps.
I think the first few games of Ding backed up lack of match experience.
I get your point. It's just who eventually wins. I'm not sure you can sort of say that match experience seems to have any kind of things there. I mean, well, it matters being best. Well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, sure, Magnus beat Nepom, but I don't think it had anything to do with match experience. He beat Vichy at some point when he didn't have any match experience. I think normally
He
it's
played.
just,
I mean, actually,
Well, Vichy usually had more match experience than his opponents, no?
yeah.
You could
yeah,
argue they're also the strongest players, but that means they
not when
accumulate
he,
match experience
not
by
when he
winning these
beat
matches.
Kramnik, for instance. There he had less match experience, I would say.
No, but I would go in Jan's way. In Chennai, the first Magnus match, he was
Yeah,
very,
Magnus was
very
very
nervous.
shaky the first few
The
games.
first 3 games were, I mean, absolutely terrible.
I understand that, but he actually won in a convincing manner.
I
mean,
understand, but he could have gone
Well,
differently.
I'm
and
arguing
he
match
didn't do that
experience is
later.
helpful, not that Magnus wasn't the best
Yeah,
player.
to
Yeah.
some extent, I agree. But there is also this kind of fatigue with that you can't stand it. While when the first time you actually think maybe this is somewhat interesting. So I'm not sure. I think there is pluses and minuses, but I agree that
Yeah, that's fair.
having played a world championship match matters to some extent. Your nervous system actually has tried it before and so on. But I'm not sure that in a statistical context it's really relevant. But
Actually,
while
you
I
take
have spoken about it many times, not to the extent of actually having checked it myself. So I don't.
I think statistically it's crushing because like Kasparov,
Yeah.
Kramnik, Anand, whoever played a lot of matches, Carlsen, they usually won matches. So they
Yeah.
gained a lot of experience.
well,
from that
actually,
win.
Kramnik only won 1 match.
Mhm.
I mean, like no, he won tiebreak against Topalov.
Topalov, Leko.
No, Leko didn't win. I mean, come on.
He
was a
did
draw.
it well
Won
to
for practical
defend his
matches.
title. He won.
No, he didn't win. He drew the
Not
match.
12,
I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, but he did what he needed to do to win. But
Yeah.
I think like the Fabi match is probably a good example of Magnus having the more match experience because the confidence he had at the end to just take the draw and he knew what was going to happen in tiebreaks. I mean, we can say this with hindsight because of how it played out, but I don't think he would have done that if that was his first World Championship match. Like, I don't
I'm
think he
not
would
sure
be that
because-
confident going into tiebreaks.
he thought he was so much better than, and for good reasons, so much better than Fabi in Rapid.
I think he
That's-
also thought it's a longer distance. It's 4 games instead of 1.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure we're making any kind of
Yeah.
relevant points towards the viewers.
While you will make very relevant points during your FIDE segment. So
I'm almost considering
we
skipping
can't
it.
wait.
Mm.
We can. I mean, as the viewers can't wait. We will leave, but so yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, okay. We will see how it goes. I was always our boy Wesley, our special
Wesley,
reporter
rooting
in
for you.
Bucharest.
But yesterday,
Yeah,
he actually put some pressure on Anish's Berlin. Had a rough time.
he
but
beat
in the end-
Alieza. He just I
Yeah.
mean, Alieza always taking a lot of risk, and it was interesting, and he had
So
chances,
unfair.
but
The brave
Yeah,
fighter
it's true.
Ali Reza putting pressure on
it
Wesley
feels very unfair,
and
no?
losing with White. Very unfair. Rigged.
But
Yeah.
did Wesley notice he was putting pressure yesterday? Did he feel it, or was it just you scared with an engine?
I think, well, it was worse, and I'm sure he felt it. But I think people don't give Wesley enough credit for playing for wins in his own way and also for converting ruthlessly when he has a chance. Like, his technique is so good when he gets to. Of course, he has a more tight style, let's say, but
Yeah. When
very
he's on
impressed with
plus
my boy
one,
Wesley, as always.
I'm
Big
not
fan.
sure. You think he would have gone for the end game in the Berlin? He went for the end game in the Berlin in round 3 against Guy. Well, if he's not on plus 1, you think he's playing
That's
that?
a winning attempt. It's clearly a winning attempt. It's not like he
Yeah,
can't
but
make
it's a
draw.
soft winning attempt. I mean, like,
What's a rough winning attempt? What do you want him to play?
How do you crush the bird?
I mean,
no, I mean,
a
you play
quick
something
summary.
sharper. I mean, you understand what I mean.
Like
This
what?
is just I mean, I don't know, some Ninzo with E3 is doing that. I mean, this is sharper, for instance. Or you do like
I
Maxime
thought it
today.
was a serious winning attempt. He doesn't do it much. And
No,
to
no,
go for the end
I'm
game,
not saying, but I'm saying that the more he wins, the more he's playing tight.
I agree with your point generally. Yeah, I just thought, the Berlin, wow, he's actually going for the end game. That's how I
Yeah.
feel about it. But maybe I'm panicking.
But you're also saying these days, wow, the ending. He's actually going for it rather
Yeah.
than playing
Yeah,
deep.
yeah.
You're saying the end game. That's the very complicated, risky
Well,
strategy.
times have changed. He hadn't done it much. Normally, you would expect
no,
guys to, I don't know,
No.
play the Italian or play the Nimzo with the Spanish with D3, or as Laurent said, play some D4. Wesley can do anything. So yeah, I thought he's going for it, but of course he's going for it in his own style with risk being pretty minimized.
Very, very minimized. Yeah. Okay, but he's leading, and who else is on +1?
Fabi,
Nepo
our boy.
and Fabi, who crushed Maxime in the Gunfeld. Slash Kings Indian.
Surprising to see Maxime get in trouble out of the opening, but it did happen this time.
Yeah, you can bring in new guys, but you can't change the player, it seems. Yeah.
No, I think he just mixed up some move order, which can happen, but also, happens more to him than to others.
No, but also, I mean, I checked actually. Mixing up the move orders, this is very clear, but still, it was not. You don't have to lose that fast. I mean, it's better for white, but it's not like 0-50, as we would say. I mean, 0-50 is not losing, so you can still give some resistance. But it was a very, very poor game and a good game from Fabi, so it's fair. And Maxime didn't play for a long time classical events. He doesn't get many invitations these days, so he's playing all these leagues, and it's not the same. So to get back to, for him, I think Grand Chess Tour is very important.
Yeah, of course.
I think
And
Magnus said
Richie
something
also on
like this.
+1.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, there was 4 players leading, right? I think so.
Yeah. Rapport. Do you see the game he won against Duda? That was so weird. Looked like they were exchanging all the pieces. Then Duda went b5 for no reason whatsoever and lost an opposite color bishop endgame and just a dead drawn position. That was very surprising. Duda in general recently seems to be having a rough time. I'm not sure what's up with him. He also had to cancel Vike. I hope he's doing all right. But he seems stronger to me like a year or two ago. I'm much into it. I'm not sure
Yeah, he
if
was
that's
basically
love.
accepted into the club of the, absolute elite players, right? And now he seems to
On the
be
World Cup, his rating was climbing up.
exactly. Now he seems to be dropping out of it a bit, right? I mean, at some point, before Wijk, he's mentioned as well, not the favorite when Magnus is playing, but definitely one of the outsiders to win the event and stuff like this. And now it seems to have declined to a certain, or maybe
I will back up what you say with his rating. His live rating is number 26 in the world, which we saw him. I mean, like a top 10.
Yeah,
10. He was a top 10 guy or very close, and we felt that he would stay there
closing in for
for
sure.
a long time. But no, there's something wrong with it. Yeah, with him, I don't know.
No, but there was also some kind of impressive thing with him, right? He seemed to, kind of belong there to a certain extent, right? He seemed capable of playing, complex chess against the best in the world and even put them under pressure.
I think Laurent was willing to watch his games without being paid for it, which is really the biggest compliment he can make anybody.
No, that
always said he loves watching Duda games.
No. Yeah, I love I love watching, commentate, and getting paid on them. I mean, this is just a perfect scenario, and it's what happened a lot in this Champion Chess Tour. So that was good. That was bingo, full bingo.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that's the Grand Chess Tour. It will continue after this tournament. There's only, I think, like 2 days off. Then the circus travels on to Poland, where there's one of the rapid events. Is Magnus playing the rapid event? I haven't checked. Or I'm not sure if it's public. Maybe he plays, no?
Yeah, he's playing that.
I don't know if it's public, but I think
he's
Mr. Dutty is in the know. So
it wouldn't be great marketing if they kept it quiet until the end, but
it would be extremely cool if it just showed up, I would say. Ding would do it, no?
Yeah, he plays that, and then Norway's more or less a few days after.
It's right after that. So boys are busy.
Yeah.
Is Ding playing the Poland event?
Mm-hmm.
I would think so. He's here already. He might not play Norway. No, I'm not sure if Ding's playing Norway.
He's not playing Norway.
I don't think Ding is playing Norway. Also, the guy needs a break at some point. I would have. Maybe not.
Point.
But,
Nepo's playing Poland as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's logical. They're here. It's 2 days in between. Might as well.
Quite a clash.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ali Reza. I haven't seen Ali Reza yet at lunch or dinner. I've seen the family, not Ali Reza himself. Probably he doesn't like this shared table business either. Not sure what he's doing.
Okay, a bit disappointing, of course, to lose that game, but he didn't play as MVL. He's not even playing these league games, so I don't know when was the last time. I think the last time he played was Sinkerfield, this Sinkerfield circuit where he won everything. But that's
Sinkerfield, St. Louis, Rapman, Litz. Before that, candidates. I think that's the chess he played in 22.
But it was August last year, so he didn't play for 9 months or something. That's amazing, actually.
Oh, believe
also
it or
before
not,
candidates, he didn't play for 6 months. No, he just doesn't play much chess.
I actually was chatting socially with him in Singerfield. So I mean,
Wow.
he was there and hanging out in the sofa groups in the lobby, and me and Magnus sort of chatted him up a bit. Well, just before we left, obviously, but still. So, no, social guy, at least towards me.
Yeah. Congrats, I guess.
Congrats. You know, I have a friend. What do you want? Yeah, that's more or less it, or are we?
I think this is it.
Oof.
What else is happening? Russian team championship. Yeah, I don't really care.
I can criticize that a bit if you want. But,
We can leave it to your segment. Gayakin made a nice 10-move draw with white against Nair.
15, he beat Artemiev.
Yeah,
the
no,
previous
He
round.
was back in the top 10 briefly after
opposite
beating
colored
Artemiev.
bishop ending.
Yeah, and he made a 10 moves draw against Nair. That's I didn't see.
15. Yeah.
15. Yeah. Okay.
15?
Yeah. I think he...
Other than that, okay. A lot of people in action. There are even other chess tournaments. There's the Capablanca Memorial in Havana.
Aren't you also being incredibly modest? Didn't you become German team champion or something like this? Or was that previous weekend?
Did I?
I don't
I
think
might
he
have
had
won
played
2
many games.
German team champion titles the last 2 weekends.
Yeah.
I might have won the Bundesliga like 2 weeks ago
And the cup,
German Cup Championship with Baden-Baden last weekend.
But I don't
I
think
didn't check the results. Did I win?
I think so.
Yeah.
At least you won the team
Boom.
champion. I'm not sure about
Clutch.
that. So the double, yeah. So yeah.
I got the double again.
How many games did you play this year?
Oh, I contributed to both victories. I played 2 games in Bundesliga and I played 2 games in the German Cup. 3.5 out of 4. I'm not sure what they would have done without me.
Probably they would have won.
Congrats.
But yeah.
Possibly.
I'm not sure you're the MVP, but I'm not sure anyone is in that team.
MVL is the MVP.
Talking about MVP, basketball is incredibly exciting. No, I'm just trying to annoy Laurent.
Oof. I was heartbroken when I saw the Lakers won that game.
Okay.
No, it's very exciting. All the games are so good.
Yeah. I mean,
unfortunately, I don't have any time to watch it because I'm up all night clicking on moves for Anish.
I really thought it's very...
I couldn't follow anything, especially not this Denver against Phoenix drama with Jokic shoving the owner of the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker scoring like 21 from 25. Wasn't able to watch that. I couldn't see Miami defeating the New York Knicks, taking a 3-1 lead. Certainly couldn't watch the whole game. Lakers against the Golden State Warriors, where Steph Curry was so dominant.
No, you look way too fresh for a second. I mean, come on. This is just disgusting.
I'm working for Anish. He's black every game. He has a good black repertoire. What do you want?
Polish. You polish it. You check some new doing weapons. No, I actually prefer the FIDE segment to basketball talk. To be
that's why I somehow thought to skip on the FIDE segment and give you some basketball. So,
we can skip the correspondence update. I guess you're still defeating the non-computer players, drawing the computer
players. The games with the non-computer guys has finished, and I've scored 3.5 out of 4 there. So there is.
You didn't beat one of the non-computer guys?
Well, no, but the problem was I didn't realize it in time. So I think,
that was the one where you played the Berlin.
Yeah, I was just happily swapping him
down.
That's
bad that you don't beat a guy without computer. So I guess you will finish last. Yeah, I mean not not behind the
non-computer players.
It's a very tough race for.
But the good players they made 4 out of 4.
No. I mean, also I don't think these guys play fully without computer. My guess is that they decide let me try and play 10 moves on my own and then switch on the computer. That's how I guess they are doing it. So. No, there's so many ways you can make corresponding games fun. Right? I mean, it's fun by default, but sort of, No, I think you're missing out. No, to be fair, now I have 4 games left where, they play a computer move, then I play a computer move, and I don't really see a big difference between Stockmiss after 1 minute or after 10 hours. It seems to be more or less the same. So,
my second business, no? The old trick of letting Stockfish run really no longer works.
I mean, I wouldn't bet against the games becoming draws. I think at some point Laurent said that when I said I have this difficult choice, he said, yeah, it's a difficult choice, but whatever you do, it will be a draw. And that's kind of my attitude by now. But,
good.
Well, what to do?
It's a great attitude.
Thanks.
All right, that was way too much correspondence talk already.
Thanks a lot.
Let's get to the FIDE segment. I guess Mr. Dodgy will stick around. Other than that, Peter Nielsen,
course.
will you bring you the latest
I
in
will
the
listen.
world of
I will
the
listen.
Fédération Internationale des
Des
Chèques?
Wow.
Des échecs.
But
Des échecs.
Mr. Doty is
Here's a
actually here willing to debate or something like this, yeah?
Yeah, I love the FIDE segment.
Ah,
It's
cool,
the only
cool.
reason
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
here.
Great. But let's start with Kayakin, right? He's playing the Russian team championship. We can also trash talk them if you want.
Mhm.
But no, I mean, let's stick with Kayakin. He's playing the team championship in Russia at the moment, and I don't understand why is he not banned. I understand he got a 6-month ban.
Okay,
But then-
I have a question.
Okay, fair enough.
Have you made a complaint about it?
No, but
Are you aware of any complaints to the Ethics Commission? Because I don't think they can actually do anything until someone makes a
Yeah, but
complaint.
there you're completely wrong. I mean, and trust me, I'm into details of the rules. On the
Okay.
contrary, I cannot just make a complaint to the ethics committee because I don't have the legal standing. Between Kayakin and the FIDE, I'm not really a part, so I cannot just make a complaint like this. But the rule specifies that the FIDE president, the FIDE council, or the FIDE management board actually can file a report to the ethics committee. So that is
Okay.
a general misunderstanding, and I'm very happy you ask about it because I don't think I can just make a complaint against Kayakin. I mean, I could make complaints about someone who has done something to me should that exist, or maybe the Ukrainian Chess Federation could bring it up, for instance. But I don't think I can just make a complaint and say that. Well, I could argue that Kayakin has ruined the image of chess, but I don't think they would just take the case. Actually, quite recently we were, starting to initiate a case against somebody, the Chess Federation of Russia, but we didn't have the legal standing immediately. So that's something that's much more complicated. So this idea that just anyone can take Kayakin to the ethics is wrong. But on the contrary, I mean, FIDE has the power to do it themselves. Sorry for speaking so much.
But the argument that they made in the first complaint is that he was bringing chess into disrepute, right? Because his level of fame was taken into account, which is why he was sanctioned.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot the name of the
Shipov?
Russian. Yeah, Shipov. Shipov wasn't banned because he was, less prominent. So, and I mean, I've seen the things that Kayakin has posted since then, and I would agree that they're significantly worse than anything he posted before.
That I think is undoubted, but I mean, he's also participated in fundraising for the Russian army. He's participated in activities for the Wagner Center and things like this. But your argument is that the first time it put chess into disrepute, but that's not the case anymore. Oh.
No, well, I mean, maybe they could argue that case because he hasn't. So they took into consideration how famous he was, basically, and the platform that he's using since then is not Twitter or Instagram or anywhere that he is kind of.
You're
has a level
arguing
of
that
fame.
he's only doing it within a Russian context, where he's not particularly putting it into disrepute.
Yeah, he does it on Telegram, and he has, let's say, a much smaller number of followers, and I don't know how genuine those followers are.
But
People
now
can
you're
check
speaking.
if they want, but
Yeah. I'm not. I don't know how to check on Telegram to be honest. I get your point, but well, I thought also FIDE made some statement that you cannot just support the Russian aggression like he's doing. But my main point is that the argument you're coming with is something the ethics committee could then conclude. But from FIDE's perspective, well, if you take someone who does something and you ban it for him, if he continues doing it in an even worse manner, the logical thing would be to sort of initiate a new case. And this idea that people say I can just do it, no, I actually don't think I can just do it. If I could do it, I probably would do it. But I really think it's the responsibility of FIDE to protect the integrity of the game. But but also what Kayakin has been doing is. Well, it's very grave. I mean, it's actually, supporting the Wagner group, which has committed, directly war crimes and things like this. So I mean, I think it's a very special case, but what I'm sort of complaining towards the FIDE guys is that, well, I speak with people in the management board, they say, no, we will not do it. I speak with someone in the council, and, well, everybody seems to think someone else should do it. And, well, that's a problem. And now you point to I should do it, but I don't think I can do it based on the new rules. Also, well, actually, rules has changed considerably since the previous case. So it's a bit of a mess, but now we have our legal expert, Mr. Laurent Fresnay, back. So.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know.
So no, I think it's a pity with kayaking in a way. Well, also, well, you could argue that Hismatulin should also be banned. I mean, like kayaking, he also appeared with, in propaganda video where they're helping Russian army trucks being sort of loaded with or offloaded with material. I mean, that generally shouldn't be acceptable in my opinion. But,
yeah, nothing happened actually to Hismatulin, which was weird.
No, well, Hismatulin did it quite later than the ship of kayaking thing. I think it's more weird that there is no case initiated against kayaking. And Jan is back.
5 minutes. That's the deal.
Yeah, it's okay. Oh, you can weigh in if you want. Kayaking ban, no ban. I mean, you are the one with legal expertise here.
No, I prefer not talking about kayaking, frankly. I mean, the more airtime we give him, the worse. It was a bit
we just
disturbing
gave him
to
5
see him
minutes.
back in the top 10, but I guess he's out. What can you do? He's good at chess.
That is undebatable, to be honest. So yeah. Okay, I wouldn't say we started or finished the feeder segment. Any questions from listeners?
No
Why not?
listeners.
Do we have listeners?
I mean, Dodgy normally make them up anyway, so we can make one up now if you want.
Yeah, we need Dodgy on the burner accounts to
Some fake questions.
go a little more active.
I was disappointed we didn't talk about Richie's fall from grace immediately. From
But
being
that's
the most
what you-
popular man in chess.
Framing. Fall
The most
from
popular
grace.
man in chess to the less
Isn't
popular.
that the kind of thing you would like Ding to do? Something controversial like this, right?
Yeah.
Poor Richie comes back, just won the World Championship match, wants to go see a show, and he's flamed all over Twitter. Leave Richie alone.
Poor guy.
He
Poor
did
guy.
kind of tweet about it himself, right?
Yeah. Can't do that.
There was someone pointed out that he may or may not have been vaccinated. That was a rumor that was going around when he withdrew from the Sinkfield Cup.
Well, it was more than a rumor. No, he wasn't vaccinated, so he couldn't go, and therefore he was replaced by Hans Niemann, who then defeated Magnus Carlsen, and it's all Richie's fault.
It's all Jordan Peterson's fault.
Yeah, the buttercream effect, as I like to call it, in chess. Richie's vaccination and kayaking going full kayaking, making it possible for Ding to enter the candidates. Imagine now these things would have happened, where the chess world would be. Magnus happily lording over classical chess. Nepomniachtchi,
I think the timeline's slightly
world
off.
champion, having defeated Hikaru Nakamura in the World Championship match.
Protest. It would be Radjabov who was the next in line, right?
No, he would have been banned under the Barish Politz Nielsen
That is true.
leadership.
Yeah, good point. Actually, a very good point. He should.
It made sense till you mentioned that.
I went a little far.
Your fake word was kind of, we could believe in it, but then you mentioned this Nielsen Bash Politz administration, and then that was too far.
Apologies. That was the 52nd episode of the Chicken Chess Club podcast. Possibly. You never know. Know. Thank you for still listening to this nonsense. Give us 5 stars on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. Check out our Patreon. Check out our YouTube channel. It has thousands, not sure if that's true, of subscribers.
It is.
And
not on Patreon, though.
That was like single digit, right? I mean,
yeah.
Bye.
It's
Sorry.
bye.
Yeah, good night.
It's bye.
Bye time.